Boom, well, I guess after finally getting that win and snapping that losing streak, it must feel like a bit of a different place this week at training.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's a real sense of relief amongst the boys. We know the job's not done. You don't just win one game and then suddenly turn it all around. We still have to work really hard, but yeah, to get the win against Victory as well was really important for us.
And for yourself personally, mate, always nice to score a goal, but scoring a winner against the old rival, that must be a pretty nice feeling for you personally.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it wasn't one for the highlights reel, but goal's a goal. But yeah, it's always a great game against Victory. Friday night, packed house. It's probably the game you really want to play throughout the regular season.
If you had to pinpoint sort of one key area you think that maybe was different Friday night as opposed to the run of sort of poor results that you had, is there any one area you think sort of stood out where you really sort of lifted and improved?
I think we just showed a lot more grit and desperation. That was probably lacking a bit in the previous weeks. We weren't playing bad football, but we weren't really showing that desperation that we needed to. We were really good with the second balls, and I think you could tell from the first minute that we really wanted to prove a point.
And something that I noticed, mate, it looked like you sort of had returned a little bit more to that sort of quick transition game that earlier in the season you were really killing teams with, exploiting the pace of yourself and Nicola and even Riley. That was something that caused Victory problems, I think, using those quick transitions against them. Yeah,
definitely. I think it made a difference being 20 degrees cooler. Maintaining that for 90 minutes is near impossible when you're playing in those conditions. So that really helped. But I think we also knew that we had to show that just playing good football doesn't win your games. You had to show that little extra. I think we did that.
And just with Western United this weekend, obviously first time coming up against them this season. What have you made of their season so far? And do you think it'll be a challenge going up against a side that usually like to play with three centre backs?
Yeah, they've kind of flown under the radar a bit. They've done really well for a new franchise. They've been in the top six pretty much the whole way through. And I watched them play last week against Central Coast. They were very impressive. So yeah, it's always a different ball game playing against a three at the back. But a few other teams have done it, Perth and a few others. So we've had a tactical session today. We'll do another one tomorrow. I think it's just about doing what we did against Victory. I think tactically we're sound enough, but if we show that grit again, then I think we can do them.
And with Western United, it's strange the fact that we're, I think, halfway point of the season, past the halfway point, you still haven't played them. It's a pretty weird fixture. You think in some ways the lopsided fixture, it almost distorts the league table a bit, the fact that you've played some teams twice and haven't played one team once yet.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. I feel like every away trip we're going to the Central Coast. I think we've already been there 3 times, but I don't know, I guess they must have some sort of logic behind the scheduling, but yeah, it is a bit strange that we're past the midway through the season, haven't played them yet.
And I think that the matches obviously has been moved to Whitten Oval in the western suburbs of Melbourne. What is your take on, I guess, playing games at football specific stadiums? Is it something that players probably don't enjoy as much, that not having that close atmosphere of, say, a Coopers Stadium as opposed to a footy oval where it's a lot more open?
Well, I guess I'm not really familiar with the stadium we're going to play at, but I feel like the atmosphere is not really the best when you're playing in an AFL stadium. So I think the stadium's a little bit smaller than the one at Geelong, so I presume it'll be a better atmosphere. I feel like these boutique stadiums, like 15,000, are perfect for the A-League, and as you said, you can see that at Coopers.